That's right, Robert. You're 100% right. They'll exploit Pulsechain and PulseX to try to get into our heads and obviously into our bags. So that's a great point.
Can I ask you guys a technical question?
I could barely hear you, but I'm sure there's somebody here that could try to help you out, brother. Maybe turn your mic up or get closer to your mic.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. That's better, bro.
Sorry, I'm having a mic problem. Sorry about that.
Hey, Carstar, you know what trips me out, bro, is that if all these scammers would just invest in Pulsechain and PulseX, they wouldn't have to go around ripping people off, these schmucks.
Yeah, I don't know, man. People, there's a certain type of breed in the world where wherever there's gullible people, there's someone out there to take advantage of them.
I believe in karma. I believe in the Lord, and I also believe in karma. Just saying, they're going to get theirs. How's the weather out there where you're at, bro? Is it hot or what?
Yeah, let's see. It's like 100 degrees right now.
Okay.
It's dry heat, and I probably even need to take vitamin D pills because I don't really go outside. I go from my house to my car, and to this. The only time is to get from one air conditioned space to the next air conditioned space. But my wife and my kids, they want to go to the river. So as long as I'm in the water, it's not that bad,
Yeah, I'm the same way, same exact way. Actually, impulsive gentleman on here, friend of mine, I had the opportunity to meet a few times from the chat. He lives here in California. He's out at the river right now. Sent me some really cool pictures, so that was cool.
Carstar, you must be in AZ.
Yeah, I'm in Lake Havasu City. It's right on. I can see California from across the river.
Wow, yeah, it gets hot in there. I used to reside in Chandler, but I went to Lake Havasu. I think I went twice, and I think it was like 121 one time. I was like, ridiculous. Even in the water, it's just boiling hot.
Hey, Carstar, how far are you from Laughlin, bro?
Laughlin is about an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, because it's about an hour and 20 minutes from here to Golden Valley and another 20 minutes. So yeah, about An hour and 40 minutes or so.
Cool. I'm thinking about heading out there. Maybe this week or next. So I'll DM you or something, bro. So we can maybe have some lunch or something.
Sounds cool. I'll we work that out. I used to love going to casinos when I have disposable income. These days, with the things a little tighter, it's like I seem to have more luck whenever I have money to just blow. Then I'm putting that $100 down. I'm like, oh no, it's gone.
Yeah, I know. I've been there. It's funny. When I was in the Navy and I was in Africa, I went to a casino out there for the first time. I was like 19 years old, and I learned this from these guys from New York. Their point was scary money never wins. In other words, if you're afraid to lose it because you really can't afford to do it, you probably shouldn't do it. And for some reason, luck doesn't come your way. So I get it. I've been in the same exact shoes where your point that you're trying to make, where when you got a ton of money coming in, it's like, who cares? Next thing you know, you're killing it. And then maybe you just go with a few $100. You're like, oh, this shit's gonna last you the whole weekend. So I get it, 100%, bro. But when we meet up, I got you, man. Don't even worry about it. I'll come to you.
That's cool, but let's get this Pulsechain launched, and then I can be my own man again.
Yeah, 10 times over, brother. 10 times over. Gonna be blessed.
Not to be a constant pessimist, but aren't we overdue for China to confiscate some Bitcoin? Don't they do that every eight months or so?
I heard something about that, but I'm really not privy to it.
I was just saying, it seems like in this manipulated market, there's always some kind of fear tactic scandal that comes up to shake the tree some more.
Yep.
Guys, I think you should really look at BitBoy's latest video regarding HEX.
What do you say, bro?
That guy's a clown.
Yeah, he's a clown, but he's speaking well about HEX.
He's probably
He's got over 1 million followers.
Go for it, Jake Nader.
Well, you're right. He is, but at the same time, he has a lot of followers, and he did invest in Pulsechain, and I believe PulseX. So I think that now that I think the reason why he hasn't been chilling it before the launch was so he could get his bags in and then chill it, so he can pump his bags. So I think he knows the Pulsechain is imminent. And I think he can start talking really good about it. Like, hopefully it sounds like the gentleman just said he is. And if anything, it's just going to be good for us, bro. Ultimately.
I used to follow him religiously, and then I used to follow a lot of YouTubers, but I don't do that anymore. I just kind of gave up on all that stuff. I used to, BitBoy or Ben, he used to say there's this like website for like, if you like, tweet, retweet, you can sign up for prizes, and he giving away cryptocurrencies to the top winners to try to get his likes up. It was pretty interesting. I mean, I never won, of course, but
yeah, that guy Ron, R-A-U-N, that guy, he does that too. I watched him for a little bit, about a year and a half ago. But yeah, he does the same thing. A lot of them do. Now I just stick to Walrus videos.
I bet BitBoys.
He's basically speaking well about Hex. He's speaking well about Hex on his live shows. He's actually comparing Hex to Bitcoin and refutes the idea of Hex being a Ponzi based on the charts only. Yeah.
Well, I would venture off to say that he's maybe authentically saying that. However, it's probably because the entire market's feeling this bear and that he's running out of things to publicize. So the altcoins are dwindling to the wayside. So right now you can see that Hex is still maintaining its course to a certain extent.
I don't know. I think it's more that he invested, bro, because he invested, and so now we're trying to pump his bags. And we thought this was going to happen for the past 6 months on the chat, and now it's happening. It's coming to fruition. So that's kind of my take on it.
I say the same.
I think so as well. It's either that or someone paid him from within the community.
I doubt it. Well, we know Richard didn't. That's a fact. Life is good. How we doing, boss? You there?
Morning, Jaconator. Ready to go?
Hey, man, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Ready to rock and roll. We've hit it up nice last night, so we're going to finish strong.
Finish. Thank you. Good job. I'll see you in about an hour.
You got it.
It must be cool to have a boss like that, Jaconator. Man, my hat's off to you.
Amen. 100%, man. You got me in here.
Must be cool having a Jaconator working for you. Trust me.
That's good stuff. Good stuff, man. I appreciate hearing that, especially from a boss man. Hey,
Jake and Knitter's also a boss, just so you know. Good man.
Right?
Okay, talk to you a while.
That right there is some real boss status.
yeah, you're not kidding. I mean, you don't see this very often, or hear it rather.
What, bosses putting on their employees?
Yeah, bosses giving attaboys to their employees. You know, especially ones that are also in a supervisory role. You know, a lot of supervisors take their
Yeah.
employees. Yeah, most supervisors take their employees, no matter what position, for granted.
Egos are the downfall of good men throughout history.
All right, let's see here. Kevin and Joshua bingo with Harris.
What's up, y'all? How's everyone doing today?
Good, brother.
Oh yeah, market's looking pretty good actually. Kind of a little turnaround. Who knows if this is like a little mini dip before the next bomb, and then maybe a little bull cycle, maybe a social amount of bull for everyone. I think that sounds nice.
Yep. Absolutely.
24.62. Um, all right.
Just rescued another dog, wandering around on the side of the road. Everybody put collars on your dogs with tags with your phone number. Don't be silly and lose your best friend.
Hey man, I don't know about y'all. If this chart doesn't seem bullish to you, we've been trending on 7 for about the past 2 days, I think. Next step,
Hmm
10 cents, and then if
I
it passes
agree.
7, I feel like we're going straight to 10, and we'll retest there a little bit. That's gonna be some crazy. See how
What's up,
many
you guys?
people enter in at that moment as well. What's
Yeah,
up,
liquidity is
Filipino?
so low.
So I got a question for the group, real quick. Do you guys? What's the popular opinion? Do you guys think we bottomed out in Hex? Do you think that the floor of 3.5 cents or whatever, wherever it bottomed out at, down, WIC counts, I think it was like 3 cents, 3.5 cents. Do you think that is the bottom where we're never gonna touch that ever again, and we're going to the moon, or is there a chance still it goes under 3.5 cents?
Of course,
There's
there's a
definitely a
chance.
chance.
So I'm personally, of course, you know, it's a market. There's things that we don't know if it's gonna go down, and if it's gonna keep going, I don't know. But based on what I see, I could see it going from 7 to 4 cents for the next maybe 5 days or so, or and then we see some movement upward, and we break the 7 cents test. Um, but that's just my opinion.
I would be happy if it hit 4 cents on Thursday because that's when I get paid.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be in a few days, but I bought some recently. I think now is a tremendous price to pay. In a year or two, I expect to be very, very happy. But who knows what it'll be next week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But once we get out of this bear market in general, it's going to be a very good price. You'll look back and think, why didn't I buy more?
Hell yeah, yeah, Bieber. I got in at 4.4 on a market order, and I just have that page bookmarked because it's like, you see my transaction, $769 USDC, and now it's worth 1250 in Hex. I'm like, woo!
Yeah, that'd be you'll be even more smiling, I think, in a year or two.
Absolutely. I'm pretty close to just locking it up, honestly. I've already got my assets in place. I still want some liquid for the fork, but I might as well just use like a whole paycheck on that and at least like have my hex staked away.
Yo, thanks for the unmute. What's up, everybody? Doing
What it
good?
do?
How you doing?
Dude.
Started. So, my 2 cents, no pun intended. Can we go to 2 cents? For sure. How can we get there? How can we get there? Well, you and I know a bunch of stakes ended. It's going to depend before pre-launch whether these boys want to keep that, get their copies or not, right? And then, I mean, surely we're not done with the bear market for the year. So after launch, surely if you want to get some cheap hex, it's definitely going to get cheaper. So we'll definitely get down below that that bottom we just saw. I'm just going to say that. So pre-launch, it depends. And after launch, definitely.
Right now, it just takes a single sell order of about 1 million into USDC to drop it down to 5 cents.
Yeah, true. And that liquidity is so thin right now because they know it's still going to be so volatile pre-launch. That's exactly why it just doesn't take much to move it. That's on the upside too.
Yeah, I was going to say at the same token, again, no pun intended. We don't need much buy pressure to send it right now. But I will tell you, we've been hovering around that 10 cent mark between 5 and around 18, like for far too long. So a lot of sideways action right now. Super thin liquidity, and Pulsechain launch right around the corner, with Hex being like the cornerstone of that event. So dude, anything could happen right now. No surprises.
Yeah, and I don't think it matters where you get in the short
Whoa.
term. I mean, you'll be fine by launch. I mean, it'll appreciate wherever you got in, unless you got in 20 or whatever. I mean, they'll get back there.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah, what I said goes out the window. I just saw the liquidity. I'm gonna have to reevaluate something.
Oh, is it thin? Is it thinner than you thought?
Like
Yeah,
under 5 million.
I haven't seen it since last week.
Yeah, nobody wants to LP right now. That shit's volatile.
Yeah, there's one pool with 12 mil, one pool with about 4.5, I think.
You know what's interesting about the pools?
No, it's not 12 mil. It's 6 mil right now. 712K and 496K and that 8. Yeah, 8K.
Word.
So it's
I saw
under
something.
10 million.
Yeah, I saw something interesting about the liquidity pools. If you look at the wrapped ether liquidity pool and you watch the price action on there, they seem to be like wicking and getting like these limit orders filled, dude. That's not even hitting the other pools. Like some guys cashing out, hitting limit sell orders at like 9 and 10 cents last night. Like you'll see wick ups if you check it on the deck screener. Wrapped ETH and HEX. I'm thinking of starting to trade in that because they're getting crazy wick ups. Yeah.
It's definitely one of the plays because if that order book digs out all the liquidity, it'll go to the next limit set, and some of these guys have some just ridiculous sell orders in, and I mean they're freaking skipping to the bank.
Yeah. Well, what is that though? Some guys on the wrapped ether side just making some dumb moves on the order book. I guess. I don't know. How's that happen?
Yeah, just making a market order, and if they do a market order and allow for too much slippage, that shit just goes through the roof.
That's it.
The blockchain doesn't care. So if it's not a limit order, and it fills up and digs out all the liquidity, it's over, dude. It'll shoot, if the next thing available is $5, it'll fill that order at $5.
Yeah, so they got the most wick up on the last run up to like 19, 20 cents you saw on USDC hex pair, and then they got a 22.5 wick up.
Hey Mello, I'm showing the Hex USDC pool. The total value locks 12.36 million on the 0.3%.
Oof, that's why they're pulling that liquidity, huh?
That's. I mean, it's slowly been decreasing. People know what's coming.
That's bullish as fuck.
I see liquidity pool on Hex Daily Stats for USDC is 11 million. So how does that relate to all the liquidity pools out there? Does anybody know?
You know, Robert, I don't look at that. I just go directly to Uniswap's pool themselves. So there is a variation between the two sites. And I would
Oh,
assume that the location of Uniswap where they actually reside is more accurate, but I don't see how they come up with that error because it should just be a direct poll.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe the liquidity pool in HEXradio stats is all the pools that he sees, or I have no idea, but it's 11.2 million in USDC on this site.
Yeah, I show 4.78 million in the 1% pool and the over 12 million in the 0.3% pool for USDC. Coming directly from Uniswap.
That makes a lot more sense to me. I thought it was a lot smaller in Uniswap, but that
Ethereum's a little over 4 million too, and that's why people swapping in and out of Ethereum are going to have a greater wicks.
that's in the HEXradio stats for Ethereum. It says 963. I assume that means 963 tokens.
Yeah, wannabe. Haha. I just saw what I read out. Palm to face.
Oh no, HEXETH is down to 2.18 million. It was like 4 million a couple days ago when I looked at it.
Click on Uniswap info.
Yeah.